I'm talking about the return of one of the big superstars in boxing. Unfortunately, it's not Adrian Broner, because we were all looking forward to him returning. But Jake Paul.
Were we?
Yeah, I was. Team AB forever.
So we're having 15 minutes on Jake Paul.
We're doing
Nice wicked.
13 minutes on Jake Paul. Yeah, sorry, I know.
He's off to Saudi, isn't he?
So we're gonna go to Skill Challenge Entertainment's Andy Clarke for his initial breakdown. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. The truth. That's this one. I was going to say, has it been given anything? I'm actually going to interview the promoter of the event shortly after this, which I'm really looking forward to. Shout out War Promoter. So, but anyway, Andy, what are you expecting when you go to Saudi?
I was there for the press conference a couple of weeks ago, and there was a mad amount of interest in it from the domestic media. I don't think there's going to be that many international media there, but ESPN will be there, BT will be there to put it on box office. And the reason I'm going is I'm working on the international coverage, and it's a full team they've put on it. A lot of the time, as Barry knows himself very well, it's just commentators.
Usually it's just a commentator.
Yeah, and then you fill in the gaps. But for this, it's a full broadcast team. So they're ambitious with it. They're sending it everywhere they can send it. And there is a lot of interest in it because Jake Paul commands an awful lot of eyeballs. Within boxing, I think there's more interest in this than there has been in fights like this previously, because what I like about it is that this is a proper fight. It's not high-level boxing, but it's a proper fight in that they're well matched, the stakes are high, there's pressure on both of them that they'll put on themselves to win. And in that regard, I think it will be a decent watch. We've got a WBC Cruiserweight World title fight on the undercard, Badou Jack against Ilunga Makabu. So I'm looking forward to it.
You're getting paid, that's why.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm not doing it for nothing. But
yeah,
I've been watching the pair of them the last couple of weeks, just watching their fights, like in like the whole fight, and as many of them as there are out there to watch, which isn't that many. And
sorry about that.
I do think that the difference between the two should be the fact that Fury has been doing this an awful lot longer than Jake Paul. He should be able to make that count. Now Paul acknowledges that and says, look, that is an advantage, I accept that, but I think my will to win will be that much greater than his, that I'll get it done. He's questioning Tommy Fury's heart. And the skill and the will, as the great man once said, the will has to be stronger than the skill and all of this. If Fury can match him for that, then the fact that he is better, the better of the two, should be the difference, I think.
Barry, how'd you see the fight playing out?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, because they're two novices we haven't seen much of. So I got no problem with the fight, actually. I got no problem with it being top of the bill. I got no problem with it being pay-per-view, because they're both famous beyond the sport. But I have no interest in I got interest. I have in watching. And I admire. Good luck to them. They're two undefeated kids boxing each other, which at early in their careers. So that's fantastic. If you just take them, forget about what they do. They're two boxers. One's boxers, one journeyman though, and one hasn't boxed any boxers. But still, that's what it is. So who knows how good they are? That's the truth of it. Talking to Andy Lee Saturday, and he said that he didn't say he was a big puncher. He said Tommy Fury's a strong puncher. Now that doesn't mean you're a knockout puncher. That just means every punch you throw is hard, but maybe lacks a bit of snap. He didn't say that, but that's my interpretation of it. So again, I don't know how that's gonna. Has Jake Paul ever taken a punch? You tend to think Fury has at some point of his life, but it has no relevance on the world scene like people are trying to make out. I won't watch it, unfortunately, because I'm not going to pay whatever the price is to go and watch two novices. I just can't. You've got to draw a line somewhere. I couldn't pay for the Fury fight versus Chisora because it was a fight that no one wanted to see. I mean, we'd seen it before. And this one, no, I can't pay for that, unfortunately. So I'm going to miss the Cruiserweight fight, which is disappointing, because that's a good fight in itself. Makabu versus Jack. So again, you've got to go with Fury. You have to go with the guy who has limited but more experience. You have to, I guess. And he looks naturally bigger. Does keep his shape quite well, and as if Andy Lee's saying he's a strong puncher, that might be enough to just keep what's his name? Jake Paul resetting. I think that's important. If the jab's good at Fury, he might be able to keep Paul just away with the jab alone.
That's what I think should be the game plan. Get behind the jab. He did some training with Shane McGuigan and the guys in the gym 2-3 weeks before they went out for the last one.
You mentioned Shane McGuigan. It's just as many times I mentioned Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah, very good. But anyway, so they said, obviously it all fell out afterwards and they're not working together now. But one of the things that Shane said was that he's got good jab, he's got decent feet.
Yeah.
That should really be enough to win the fight.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Basically, you watch the pair of them. He's got nice quick hands as well. He's got quicker hands. He's got better feet. He's been doing it for a lot longer.
But we haven't seen him take a punch.
We haven't seen him take a punch.
And Paul looks like he got decent power. Or they can all punch at that weight, but it looks like he got decent power. Is this light heavyweight or cruiserweight?
Cruiserweight. It's over 175.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
It'll be mid 180s.
Yeah,
that's where Paul is generally. He kind of comes in about 185.
So good luck to him. Like, if they weren't famous people and we never knew them before and they were just boxing, and Jake Paul had boxed just journeymen and not like basketball players and stuff, then. That's what he's done. And no, I'm not digging him out.
No, I know. It's just mental that we're talking about the headline of a.
Then you would go, what a good little scrap this is for two undefeated kids. I boxed Neil Swain in my 6th fight and 4th fight, something like that between us, and that was a good fight.
Yeah.
But we were in pay-per-view.
No, but you're right. You look at what do you need to make a good fight? A rivalry, great. They've got that. Are they evenly matched? You could argue that they are. Is there a lot at stake? Does it matter to them? Absolutely it does. So all of those things it's got going for it. And the fact that it's on pay-per-view and it's getting the attention that it's getting that's just where we are in the world at the minute.
Can't blame BT for putting a pay-per-view.
No, of course not.
Again,
why wouldn't
like all pay-per-views, they're not marketed to this like people. It's a fight that goes beyond the sport, and this goes beyond the sport. So they're not asking us; they just presume we're going to get it. I mean, this fight in particular, this is for other people. I feel this is for other people. This is for influencers and youngsters or whatever. It's for a different demographic, and also because it is boxing, and the curiosity around it, people will. There was a chance I could have gone to work actually, for do some podcasts and stuff out there, and like the fact that it was Saudi and stuff was a little bit of a thing for me, but I would have went. So I'm not being a hypocrite too much on it, but I would have went. But I'm not going to pay to watch it because I don't think it's for me.
No. I completely get that.
But if it was on normal BT,
I
would have watched it out of curiosity, and it's a fight, and I would have wanted to watch the cruiserweight world title fight. It's a world title fight. But I won't pay to watch that. But I don't blame him for doing it. And ESPN doing the same thing, because that's a marketable thing. They got going there. You can't blame him for that.
Yeah, they've had the investment into Tommy Fury since he started. I remember interviewing him before his debut. I think he made his debut on the Warrington-Frampton undercard. Was that his debut?
That sounds about right. That was
boxed around then.
Late 2018.
I remember at the time they said, I walked into the said, he's applied to go on Love Island. And then the rest is history. Obviously, he's kind of gone and done his thing. So, yeah, you can see there. I think for me, where the fight is won and lost is how Tommy Fury handles the occasion, handles the pressure. That's for me where the fight's won and lost. Because
good point, mate.
We've seen him when he's boxed on Tyson's undercards or he's boxed on Jake Paul's undercards, and he is very muscle bound and he is very tense the first couple of rounds, and he loads up, and then after 2 or 3 rounds, as you all know, Barry, tight and you're tense, and his shots come out and it drains you and zaps you. And I feel like that's where. Sorry, thanks.
Stop shooting yourself up.
There you go.
No, you're right. That is absolutely key. And what's different about this fight for the pair of them is that Fury so far has been in fights where he's been supposed to win, and you put pressure on himself probably to do it and look really good. And he hasn't always looked really good. This is just about winning.
Yeah.
And he's got to stay relaxed. I saw an interview with him last week, and it's easy to be relaxed 3 weeks out or whenever they recorded it, sitting on the apron in your own gym. But I did like what he was saying, which is basically there's a big skill differential here, and it lies with me, and I'm going to show him that on the night. And if he takes that attitude and thinks, I've got 8 rounds to do this, this is my house, I'm much more at home in this ring than he is, how can I not be, because I've just spent a lot longer in it? If he can relax, then I think he wins. But you're right, if it does get to him and he's too gung-ho and he's too tense, then he could lose.
That big if is the big if, though. And you've got Jake Paul, for all of his lack of experience in a boxing ring, is so comfortable with all of the attention on him, so comfortable with all of the eyes being on him and all of the pressure being on him, and he's going to wind Fury up. He's going to talk about his missus, he's going to talk about his newborn kid, he's going to talk about his brother, is that all of them in fight week, just to try and get Tommy into that state where he thinks, oh, I'm going to knock this guy out.
This fame thing of Tommy's, it's nowhere near as big as the Jake Paul, but it's relatively new. And Jake Paul's had this since the Disney days, apparently. So, and he's a guy who, I don't know him, like, and he looked like a bit of an idiot to me, to be honest, with the stupid beard and all the rest of it. But like when he walks into a room, when I went to Taylor Serrano, he walked into and like all famous people, successful people, they have an aura around
presence,
him. He has it.
Yeah.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Yeah, and he's used to it. He really is. And all this, like Fury should be set back going, like I'd be like this. I'm getting paid loads of money. For this, someone I wouldn't use for sparring. That's what I would think in my head.
That's what he was saying in this interview.
But also with that, it's like, what if?
You got Tyson saying if he loses, he don't come back from Saudi, and you got to change your name and stuff. Okay, whether he means it or not, it's being put out into the public domain while you're preparing for that.
It ridicules boxing if he gets beat. Jake Paul's going, I'm not a boxer. He's the boxer. I'm going to show you I am not a boxer. But when we all slagged Jake Paul off, and we all sort of did in our own little ways and tried not to because we all want access and all. I understand that. It's true, but he's fighting a boxer now, though, isn't he? We can't complain.
No, we can't.
No, it's only Tommy Fury. Who is he's boxed? Well, he's a boxer though. So Jake Paul, get his credit for that. He is facing a boxer in his career, and if he wins or loses, let's give him he is now a boxer. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Yeah, he's dedicated
he's now a boxer.
himself to it. He's set up that
he is now.
Puerto Rico a long time ago.
He's not
He's grinding.
He's not until this fight. This is the fight that makes him a boxer, win or lose.
Tommy has to go in there in the first round, stick that jab on him, make him feel the jab, and just try and relax.
Yeah,
relax in the first round, nice and loose.
Exactly that. He has to boss the fight without being gung ho.
Yeah.
Step to the middle of the ring. So listen, now come here, you. I'm going to show you.
This is boxing.
Yeah.
What he can do though, he can win on the jab.
Yeah,
if
he dances round and wins on the jab and does all this, which he could do quite easily, I think that would be the easier option for him, just to bang and move, and just win like easily. You get criticised.
He will,
because you're going, you run, and Paul go, well, he ran, and he'd sort of be right.
If there's anything like Tyson, I mean, certainly Tyson. Well, I know it's kind of the new. There's various different versions of Tyson, but the kind of the old version of him is kind of I win however I win. Yeah. If he has that mentality, then I think that's what you should be doing.
All I would say is to Tommy Fury is no pressure. Just the whole reputation of boxing is all on your shoulders, mate. That's all.
But he has to go in as if this is a sparring session, and this will be an easy spar because look at me and look at him.
But I don't think it will be easy for him
to try and.
I think he should win, but I think Paul. I got a feeling that Paul's quite tough and will make it. Drag him in.
Yeah. I think he is,
and he's certainly bloody minded enough and focused enough that he's not going to go anywhere quickly. And I think he'll, for as long as Paul's in there, he'll keep trying. But the one time he's kind of been in there with somebody who's been willing to push him back, he has looked on the back foot like somebody who doesn't box. And I feel like if Tommy Fury can keep him on the end of the jab, then you're going to see that quite quickly. Right, I'm going to wrap things up now. So before I do, I'm going to go to Andy first. Your Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury official prediction.
I think Fury will get it right mentally. I think he will handle the occasion, and therefore he'll win.
Barry?
Points.
Yeah, I'm with Fury on points. I think he'll do what I think he shouldn't do and dance a move and win easily and get criticised for it. But I think he wins on points, yeah.
Okay, I think also Tommy Fury by decision. So that's all we've got time for. Make sure you comment below in the comment section and let us know who you think will win Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. But for me, Rob Tebbutt, from Barry Jones and Andy Clarke, thanks very much as always for stopping by. We'll catch up with you next time.